Okay, here we go. This is a simple Bannock recipe, and we're going to try and cook it up into kind of more like biscuits. 1 cup of flour, tablespoon of sugar, tablespoon of baking powder, the double acting kind. Pinch of salt. I mean a pinch. That's plenty. That's the pink Himalayan salt. I like it. Mix up all your dry stuff. Distribute everything evenly. Pretty important. Best not to skip. Warm water to bring it together to... I don't like mine really wet. I want to make kind of like biscuits out of it. So, a little bit sticky, but not wet, you know. So, we'll get to that in a second. Okay, got it just to about where I like it. Just a little bit wet, but use a little extra flour just to keep it from sticking on everything. So, like I say, it's more like biscuit dough than, I don't know if you're not familiar with it, but it's just a tiny bit sticky, not super bad. So I like having a little extra flour, keep it, you know, off your fingers and make actual food instead of ending up on the ground because you're wiping your hands free of all the stuff. That's about right there. Walk away from it for a while, let it sit for a bit, let it hydrate. Let's hydrate. You know, just let the dough kind of soak up the water. It's really dry. You know, that water will go a long way. Even though it's dry like this, I like to give the flour a little extra time to kind of soak up. Okay, little knockoff Chinese stove out in the backyard, and we'll see how this works. Okay. That's our wood for today. Alright, I cut the Bannock into thirds here. Can't wait too long because the edges will kind of dry out on you. I'm right on the edge of that. So I'm going to use a little extra butter. Okay, here we go. Put one in. Flatten that guy out a little bit. Yeah, small, maybe 2.5, 3 inches across. Not too big. Give it a flip a little early, just so I can get that really nice buttery looking biscuit style appearance there. And let the other side soak up some of that butter too before that butter gets a little too burnt. Doesn't taste good. Trying it out on the familiar Chinese camp stove here. You know, fairly typical, inexpensive camp frying pan. So there's 2. Hand for scale. Here's a Mora for scale. Okay. So this was done on a Tefal pan. This guy right here, he's only 20 bucks. He's not, you know, super lightweight, but let me show you a difference here. This one here was done with, yeah, pretty familiar camp stove, right? It's so thin. It's so thin. It just everything you cook on it kind of burns. It doesn't distribute the heat. It just goes straight to super hot. And you know, this one, it's a little bit burnt from the Tefal, but this guy is, you know, yeah, I know that's flavor, you know, but honestly, this guy spent about half the amount of time that this guy did. So, and feels kind of underdone. and it's almost doughy in there. You see that? It's still wet. Whereas this guy, you can see the crumb in there, you know. So that's a biscuit, you know. This is a burnt dough ball. So just my thoughts anyways. I know it's a little extra weight. Everything's a little extra weight, you know, but for good Bannock, I would definitely, you know, and look at that. That's just better. So, okay, thanks.